3, 2, 1.
Hi everyone, this is Balázs from RacingBrick. I'm sure you are super excited about this reveal. Yes, there really were 3 Koenigsegg Sadair spears on that stage. I know you were expecting me to talk about the LEGO Technic 42232 Koenigsegg Sadair spear set today, maybe also about this gift with purchase, but believe me, there's much more. A few days ago, LEGO invited me to Sweden for the reveal event, but this wasn't a typical product launch. Instead of a hotel conference room or a convention center, we met at the headquarters of Koenigsegg, one of the most exclusive hypercar manufacturers in the world. And what was waiting for us there was much more than just a new LEGO set. We got access to the Koenigsegg facility, saw a lot of their incredible cars up close. I had the honor of meeting and talking with Christian and Haldura from Koenigsegg, spoke with Kasper René Hansen, the LEGO designer behind the set, and even got to see a fully drivable 1:1 scale LEGO Technic version of the car. So today I will take you through this amazing experience, show you some of the highlights, and of course introduce the newest member of the LEGO Technic Ultimate lineup. There will be separate videos published later today and in the following days covering some of the presentations, the amazing cars, how a real Koenigsegg sounds, the gift with purchase set, exclusive LEGO prototypes, and of course the usual RacingBrick style detailed building review. If you don't want to miss any of that content, make sure to subscribe to the channel and follow the Facebook and Instagram accounts. Now let's go to Sweden. After arriving in the small town of Ängelholm, the home of Koenigsegg, we headed to their headquarters for the event. If you are not familiar with the company, Koenigsegg is a Swedish manufacturer of some of the most extreme performance cars ever built, and we were greeted by their latest creation right in front of the building, the Sadair Spear. The event started with an introduction from the Koenigsegg family, followed by several different sessions throughout the day, including the big reveal moment. There were 2 big cars and 1 small one hidden under covers on the stage, and it was quite an exciting moment to finally see them in flesh or in the brick. So this is the new LEGO Technic Koenigsegg Sadair Spear. This is the latest entry in the Ultimate Supercar series and one of the most ambitious collaborations LEGO Technic has done so far. It has 4,104 pieces. The price is €450 or dollars, and it will be available from the 1st of July. Now don't worry, the full review is coming later this week, where we will cover the building experience, the 9-speed gearbox with the gear indicator, the functions including the impressive ghost mode, the triplex suspension, all the new parts developed for the set, and all the other technical details. But today I want to focus on what made this event special, and that starts with the real car. Seeing the Sadair Spear in person is something else. Pictures really don't communicate how low, wide and aggressive this car is. Throughout the day we had multiple opportunities to compare the real car with both LEGO models and some of the design features that made the transition from automotive engineering into LEGO Technic. There's carbon fiber and other high-end materials everywhere. It is fascinating to see these incredibly limited, high-performance cars up close when they are being assembled just a few meters away. Then we had a session with Kasper René Hansen, the LEGO designer behind the set, who shared some fascinating development models and prototypes. One thing I always enjoy about these presentations is that they reveal how complex the design process really is. The final model looks polished and refined, but it all started with simple functional test rigs. The development first focused on the gearbox and chassis. You can see some early iterations here, with several of the new parts still appearing in 3D printed form. As the chassis evolved and became more refined, the focus shifted to the bodywork and the additional functions. The functionality of the dihedral synchrohelix doors proved particularly challenging to replicate, so there were quite a few iterations of the mechanism, including different solutions for moving the mirrors. Interestingly, Kasper only started thinking about implementing the famous ghost mode after solving the doors. He showed us this very interesting, almost completely flat test version of the mechanism. This is where he developed the lever system that eventually became ghost mode. Then everything had to be combined. The rear section needed to open the doors and the hood, while separate mechanisms still had to operate the doors independently. It's one thing to make each function work individually, it's something entirely different to make them all work together in a reliable way. I will of course have hands-on demonstrations of all these details during the full review. We also had a quick glimpse at the gift with purchase set, which recreates the car's steering wheel and gauges. It even includes a functional shifter and the same printed gear indicator found in the main model. If you are wondering about the color of the model, which is different from the launch car, LEGO and Koenigsegg chose this combination together, but I will share more details about it in the full review. Now let's take a closer look at the biggest surprise of the day, because LEGO didn't stop at building a 1/8 scale version. They built the entire car in 1:1 scale, and it is not just a static display model, it actually drives. A few weeks before the event, it reached 111 km per hour at Goodwood, becoming the fastest drivable LEGO vehicle ever built by the LEGO Group. Standing next to it, the scale is difficult to comprehend. The car contains more than 327,000 LEGO elements, weighs around 1.8 tons, and took over 9,400 hours to develop and build. But what makes it truly remarkable is that it doesn't just look like a Koenigsegg, it behaves like one. Just like the real car, this giant LEGO version features a fully functional ghost mode. The rear section opens, the doors rotate upwards, the front hood lifts, and the mirrors fold in. It was amazing to see the two cars performing this synchronized movement together on stage. Honestly, that was one of those moments where you suddenly understand why this project exists. According to the team responsible for the project, when they were first asked to build the fastest life-size LEGO car ever and also make Ghost Mode work at full scale, they thought the challenge was nearly impossible. The vehicle's body is built entirely from LEGO Technic elements without glue, yet it had to withstand real-world forces, real-world speeds, and still remain reliable enough to demonstrate all of its functions. We also had the chance to hear directly from the builders behind the project, and after listening to their stories, I think this car deserves a dedicated video of its own. I will be sharing their presentation separately because the engineering challenges behind this build are almost as fascinating as the real Koenigsegg parked right next to it. It was also a great moment to see Christian and Haldora receiving a brick build key to the car in a display holder very similar to the one real owners received. Then they explored the car themselves and got a closer look at this unique creation. Later in the day, we had the opportunity to sit down with them for a roundtable discussion. We talked about the history of the company, how the cars are developed and built, and how the collaboration with LEGO came together. I will be sharing more from that conversation in my review. Unfortunately, I cannot share footage from the factory tour itself, but it was truly fascinating to see these cars being assembled manually on the production line. I still struggle to comprehend how this level of technical complexity can be achieved with such a hands-on manufacturing process. And then there was the one more thing moment of the day. After all the presentations and roundtables were finished, we were taken to an unused section of the runway as the Koenigsegg HQ is right next to the local airport. This is the exact same location where these official promotional photos were taken. And there we had the opportunity to experience these cars the way they were meant to be experienced, not standing still, but moving, fast, and sounding absolutely incredible. I will let you enjoy that for a moment. Overall, this was one of the most unique LEGO events I've ever attended. Not just because of the new set, but because it gave us a rare opportunity to see how engineering-focused worlds intersect. The real car, the LEGO Technic model, and the incredible 1:1 scale replica. Over the next few days, I will share much more from this experience, including the gift with purchase set, some presentations, and of course the full detailed RacingBrick review. But for now, I want to know which part impressed you the most. The new LEGO Technic Ultimate car, the life-size drivable replica, or the real Koenigsegg itself? Let's talk about it in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe with notifications as more exciting LEGO videos are coming soon. See you next time, bye bye.